what's going on everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today's video is all about the brand new Google Pixel 4a. Huge thanks and shout out to Google's Team Pixel for sending this out for us to go ahead and take a look at here on the channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Okay, so I was actually gonna do a full unboxing video for this device, but you know what? There's just so many of those videos already here on YouTube that I'm not even gonna bother with this. So you know what? We don't even need the box right here. You can just go to YouTube, search up Google Pixel 4a unboxing. I'm sure tons of videos will pop up. In this video, I actually wanna share what my impressions are so far with this device over the past 48 hours. I've had it for 2 days, so just kind of want to share what my experience is like so far and give you my impressions to see what I think about it. Now, I want to start off with the overall looks of the device because Google went with something a little bit different here compared to the Pixel 3a, which I actually really liked. It came at a good price. It was a great device, handled pretty much everything that I threw at it, and the cameras were amazing, which is something you can expect from pretty much any Pixel device right now. So when I heard they were announcing the Pixel 4a, I actually got really excited because I was really curious to see what it was going to offer, especially at this price point. This device goes for $350. Can you believe that? 350 bucks. So if you find yourself interested in this device, I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description below. But first, starting off with the overall looks, as you can see, they went with a whole different approach with the display. There's no more huge forehead, no more huge chin, there's no huge notch or anything like that. Instead, we're finally getting a pretty much all screen experience. We do have a little bit of bezel all around the edges, but that's pretty much it. And then we have that camera hole punch out up at the top left corner, which personally doesn't bother me at all. I think it's in a good spot. And then you can just put on a wallpaper like this and hide that camera hole punch out up top. So with the overall design, when it comes to the display, I think they did a very good job. It's a 1080p display. It gets nice and fairly bright. The colors pop. It's nice and vibrant. So I'm really happy with the display. And then when we go to the back of the device, you can see we got this nice matte black finish back here, which feels really good in the hands and actually makes the phone more grippy, so it's not gonna slip out of your hands when holding it. It just feels really, really nice. It's got a nice soft touch to it in the back. Look at that nice matte black finish. And this device only comes in one model, so everything you're seeing here right now is what you're gonna get. There's no white model, there's no red model, there's no bigger size or smaller size. This is only one size, one color. So this is what you're gonna get if you plan on ordering this device for yourself. So like I said, it's a nice matte black finish, and it's also, you can notice right here in camera, it's a small device. When I first pulled it out of the box, I was like, oh wow, this is a pretty small phone. It's lightweight, but you know what? It feels good in the hands, and it's a nice change coming from a lot of the other bigger devices that I'm so used to using every single day. Coming to a small device like this is actually pretty nice for a change because it just makes one-handed usage so much easier. And that's one good thing about having a device like this. If you have other things in one hand, maybe you need to take a phone call or you need to check a text message, anything like that, you can just pull this out and you'll have no problem at all using it with one hand. But going back to the back of this device, aside from the nice matte black finish that we have in the back, we also have that camera setup back there, which looks like there can be multiple cameras in the back, but there's actually not. It's actually just one lens and then the flash. Now, even though it only has one lens, I think Google made a good decision at giving it one lens because the cameras on this device are actually good. Of course, we have the rear facing camera and then the selfie camera, which both work. I mean, you can pretty much expect the quality to be what it's going to be like in any other Pixel device. If you've used a Pixel device before, y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, the video's good, but when it comes to pictures, picture quality is amazing, and the same goes for the Pixel 4a, and it's all done with software. Google does a really good job when it comes to the software on the cameras on their devices. It just does a really good job. You're gonna get some crisp pictures, clear photos, especially when it comes to that portrait mode. The edge detection is pretty much spot on, and then we have night sight and then astrophotography. So if you like taking pictures of the stars at night, go out to a pretty dark area, take a picture of the stars, you're gonna get some really good detail with those astrophotography photos, even on this device right here for 350 bucks. Now I know we don't have the telephoto lens or ultra wide angle lens, but honestly, me personally, I really don't feel that you need that on this device. This one main lens is going to do enough for you to get some really great shots. Yeah, it would have been nice, but then again, that either would have brought the cost up a lot higher than what it is right now for $350, or if they would have gave us multiple cameras, in order to keep the price down, they probably would have been cheaper cameras that wouldn't have performed as well as this one camera does. So I'd rather have one camera that works really good rather than have multiple cameras that just don't really work that good, if you know what I mean. So really happy with the cameras on this device. And then still looking at the back, not sure if you can tell here on camera, it kind of blends in with the whole back of the device, but we have that fingerprint sensor right there in the middle, which in my opinion is the sweet spot, the perfect spot for a fingerprint sensor. I know, a lot of devices that are coming out these days come with that in-display fingerprint sensor, which don't get me wrong, it works good. It's nice and futuristic, but then you have devices where it just doesn't work that good. And then you have devices that have the fingerprint sensor right here on the side or on the power button somewhere right there. But I really think that the fingerprint sensor right here, right at the center of the back, is just the sweet spot for it, because your finger's just always naturally resting there. And I find the fingerprint sensor on this device so far to be working really good, and it's accurate 100% of the time. Another thing I like about this device is that power button. This is something that we get on pretty much all Pixel devices. It has its design, and then you get this accent colored power button, which just pops every time you look at the device. Now, depending on the lighting, sometimes it looks white, sometimes it looks like a mint green color, but I think it looks really nice, especially with this matte black finish. And speaking of the buttons, they're actually very, very clicky, very responsive. Let me put it up to the mic right here. Do you hear how clicky that is? And I really like that. It's really satisfying. Just say, here, one more time. Look at that. That's satisfying, right? At least for me. I think that's a satisfying experience when you have buttons that are that clicky, but they actually feel really good. They don't feel too loose or anything like they're gonna fall off the phone or break if you happen to drop it. And that's another thing about this phone. Since it's not a glass build, it's not gonna shatter or break if you happen to accidentally drop it on the floor. So $350 is getting you a pretty decent overall build that looks really nice. And one thing that I love that Google has kept still on this device when a lot of other devices are getting rid of it, that is the headphone jack. I have been using this headphone jack over the past 2 days that I've had this device, because I still have headphones that you need to plug in. I mean, they do work with Bluetooth, but a lot of them just sound better when you plug them into a headphone jack. So the fact that they kept the headphone jack on this device right here, I'm happy with it. I am not complaining at all. And then we also have a stereo speaker system. So you're gonna have a speaker here up top in the earpiece, and then one at the bottom. So when you're watching content or listening to music, you're gonna get sound coming out of both sides. So if you happen to accidentally cover that bottom speaker when watching content, you'll still get the sound coming from the top speaker right there. So when it comes to overall looks, I'm loving it. When it comes to the sound is decent. The speakers do get loud enough. Like I said, you got that stereo sound. The display is beautiful for a $350 device. Can't complain. Still getting that all-screen experience. But aside from the overall looks and the cameras and the clickiness of the button, we gotta talk about performance. Now, I'm not gonna go into detailed specs or anything like that, because me personally, I'm more into the user experience, the usability of the device. Is it basically going to be able to handle everything that I've thrown at it? Well, so far over the past 2 days, it has performed very, very well. Been handling everything that I have been doing so far, watching content, even if I'm just scrolling through the device. Now, it's not the most snappiest device I've ever used. Again, this isn't a flagship device, but it is still very smooth. It is snappy for the price that it's going for the device that it is. Like I said, it's not blazing fast, but it is fast enough to where you're not gonna have any complaints. You're not gonna experience any lag on the device at all. It runs smooth, it runs good, whether I'm using my social media, checking my emails, sending a text message, watching content. Now, I haven't yet tested out gaming. I'm gonna be downloading games today to start testing that out. Again, this isn't a full review. This is just my impressions after 2 days of usage. So far, the phone has been performing great. I have no complaints at all whatsoever with it as of yet. Like I said, again, I'm gonna have to do a lot more testing to really put this phone to the test to see if it's really gonna be able to handle everything that I throw at it the more that I use it. And then when it comes to battery life, it has been really good these past 2 days. The first day when I actually got the device, took it out of the box, I actually didn't have to charge it that whole day. Went to sleep at night, had it charging overnight, and then all of yesterday, I didn't have to charge it either. It pretty much lasted me the whole day. And then today too, battery's still doing good. So I will be doing an all-day battery drain test like I usually do. So again, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. But yeah, after 48 hours of usage, I am loving this device so far. I'm gonna say it again, $350. You just can't go wrong. The Google Pixel 4a performing great, has amazing cameras, which I will be testing out more, and I'll have a separate review for the cameras as well. I'll go outside, do a little 4K video test, maybe do a little indoor 4K video test as well, which I pretty much normally do with any new device that I get, so make sure you stay tuned for that as well. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've missed about this device. I don't think so. If I did, make sure to drop a comment down in the comment sections below. I would do my best to get to any questions you have, and if there's anything you want to see on my full review coming up for this device, just leave that down in the comment sections below as well, and I will do my best to cover that in my full review. But yeah, so far, Google Pixel 4a, loving it. Great new design. And yeah, like I said, if you find yourself interested, I'll drop a link down in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a huge thumbs up on this video if you did like it and find it helpful. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. But for now, this is Josh Quinones. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.